Good morning and good afternoon. Last year, I attended this conference and I make a presentation last year. So at the time, I introduced our carrier as the platform, how to migrate to the network as a service platform. And after that, we got 1 or 2 awards for the MEF awards, network and service innovation. And another one is Asia Communication Awards like that. So I'm very pleased, pleasure to attend this conference. We affected this the award, I think. And before the carrier STEM platform, as you know, 2012 we started the POC for carrier STEM platform, and before that, there is no tool to communicate between the operating teams. It's like a IP and optical device team. And usually there is a special powerful tool is Excel software. So every time they use in the Excel file to upload our OSS, and then they checking the optical device and IP device is connected, which port is used. But sometimes the IP router port is changing, and they don't know the optical device operating team. They don't know that. And actually, also the OSS is focused on the Omni alarm and fault management like this. And also, we have no developed network-aware software applications like. So we got a lot of things to do, how to optimize the network, our network resource, but we have no real-time API or real-time software. So we are starting the 2012 and 2015 we commercialized our platform, and there's a focus on the optical device and IP network. So all information about the network topology and network service and collected the carrier STEM platform. This is also based on the Open Daylight, and then we have to develop our own specific data model, because at the times there is not a standardized data model. So we are designed in layer 0 ROADM, and layer 1 OTN, layer 2 PTN, and layer 3 is IP. At the IP case is we are using the open config. So we are the data model are needed in that time. So we case we get all information, and we can do put into our optimizer algorithm to how to optimize our network resource from layer 0 to layer 3. Actually, last year I showed the video, so I skipped that. But after slide, I can a little bit show that. And look at the 5G. Yeah, we have lots of what to do for our network. So I wanted to share what's going on and what we have to do. As you know, we announced the 5G era. It is coming in this year, so we prepare for the install our network for 5G. So we want to provide to customers the excellent and exciting experience. So the main 3 components consist of speed, stability, and security. In the 5G transport networks view, stability is more important in our company. And another thing, as you know, the 2016, I don't know, remember the IMT 2020, they already share the 5G use case, three kind of. One is the EMBB, enhanced mobile broadband. This is like a virtual reality or AR, so like a multimedia service. Another thing is massive machine type communication, such as IoT, smart farm or smart city, or even though the smart industry like that. And last one is ultra reliable and low latency communication, such as V2X or the remote control for in the smart industry. And that means also in the 5G transport view, that means we have lots of another services coming here. So how to accommodate this service? And even though there is a service is more increasing the B2B service. Currently, the LTE is more powerful for the B2C service, but in the 5G, it's just a little bit changing. So the 5G transport network also supports that. So we have lots of flexible and complex connection. It should be supported in our network. And then, so we are announced in 2016. We are the vision of our architecture in SK already. And this year we have developed and we are showing the how to ready for our 5G transport network. So as you look like this in a booth 8, I don't remember, 827 maybe. Sorry. Yeah, there's a booth name SK Broadband, not SK Telecom, but the subsidiary company. So we can maybe my colleagues can share the carriers and platforms of what to do. And the first one is get information and control, or how to optimize our network and how to monitor our performance in our network. And so it's one example is optimization in case. As I mentioned, we develop our own specific network optimization algorithm, and there is a lot of application is possible to use this algorithm. So one example, the layer 0 ROADM case or OTN network case, we get all information, network abstraction, topology, and service and link uses. That is like a traffic engineering data. So we are the ROADM case, we can manage the route and wavelength assignment. And OTN case, we are how to decrease our port uses in a trunk. And that kind of, we are developing that. Our target is to decrease the network resource. But this is like one use is application. But lots of things to do. Actually, the operating team, they don't want to optimize applications. Sometimes we need to have more information to them how to get our resources is to be increased or decreased. There's a kind of lots of application over that. And then I also the same picture is our network in the carrier stand architecture. But as I mentioned, security is more and more important, and we have to support our diverse B2B service. So this year we modify some architectures like this. So we prepare for these architectures and next years we started. And first one is network service application in our also mobile network. And another thing is I can also mention that I will talk about that. And the second thing is also transport data, we need also an open platform for the collect transport data and analyze this. And the third thing is, actually we focus on the transport side is only IP backhaul or backbone. And currently the data center case or telco DC, we still another architecture is T-Mono. So T-Mono is concentrated to how to the virtualized function into our network in the case. But now we are looking at that is not enough to only OpenStack and VNF and Mono. So we take care of all the networking side. So we started extend the area, the RIP spine and also Telecom DC. And another thing is, first one is the network as a service platform is, this is SK Broadband. SK Broadband is also the IPTV service and HTTX service provider. So we also, last years, we also commercialized our carrier STEM platform to SK Broadband. And we started together is operating or carrier application is developed. And that is carrier STEM platform to migrate the network as a service NAS platform. In the cases, we are lots of more increasing the component. But now these years we develop combined PTN and MPS VPN and plus CPE service. And CPE is the VCP, distributed VCP. They're using the container, and they focus on the how to cost effective to instead of UTM, Unified Trusted Management. So we focus on how to decrease our cost in case. And we also the SD1 case is MPS VPN. Also, we can choose another the PTN's network. So we combined this service and provide to our customer. And so this is the slide. You can stop by our booth and we can show you can tell you explain to how to achieve this function and application. And another thing is a PTN case or MPS VPN. What to do? Yeah, there is also we can put it into our optimization algorithm. In that case, the customers require the bandwidth on demand. In the cases, at the times our network is impacted. Sometimes we need also more another new customers bandwidth or service. So we want to optimize every time. Every real time to optimize our network. Also make a decision, this is services can accommodate or not. There sort of like uses, and so we are developing the tenant portal, is like a custom top portal. And another thing is operating portal, they each other talking and they make a decision and then there's a put into the service in our network. Yeah. So before I go to the second, and another big network service business is in Korea case. So nowadays some government or some organization, they are very interested in the carrier STEM platform. So as SK Telecom or KT or NGU, so they are already developing their own STEM platform, and then they are requesting introduce the service providers solution. And so maybe next years we are some like a business solution, business part. It will be occurred, and then we can have lots of some story about the network solution with vendor solution and to the customer network. And so for some, I mean, post office or the police office or some the educational. Another thing is military. So there is lots of the customers they are interested in the part. And one another thing is data platform and our carriers or new carriers and platform service. There is one example I want to share is, for example, at the times we get information from the network, our network device, so omni network information. And now we can merge public data, for example, construction site information. So construction site information gathered in our NGOSS. And NGOSS is sent to the carriers and platform, and we can match this is construction site to the optical fiber cable or not. And we know that the optical fiber or ROADM link will be affected by construction. So that information we gather every time, and there's data is collected. So we expect that we can also analyze our network, the construction side, and relationship between our network stability. And so we are also we can connect it to the NGOSS, so we can show how to the optical fibers is like that. And another thing is our powerful application this year. We are risk management application. That is a guide when some link fail, several link fails. In the cases at the time, people that some operating the skill are very important. But so now they are some writing, or they are some making a PowerPoint or some another tool to how to this link is fail. If this link fails, how to do? They describe this how to do it. But now from now on, these applications we are automatically every day we analyze our network. We have several network so which link and which is OTN, which ROADM port is possible, and route is which way, and that is decided. Or you can make a decision which service is very important. We can priority is also increasing, and then we provide the recommend and risk management plan. That reason we want to automation, not autonomous network in the case. The first is I think this is the first step. So when something's failure, in the case of our network, we get that our network, which network is possible, which network is not possible. So we have to make a decision. And in the case, so we are the root tool, and we have some learning this tool, and we can lots of experience that, and then we can move that another way to the future. And last one is, as mentioned, the leaf spine and the telco DC. This slide is the last year slide, so sorry about that. I have make a new slide, but I have no time. But it's the same approach, I think. This is our IP backbone approach, but in the telco DC also same. We are using this. For example, we first priority option is standardized API from the control DCSDN controller. So, example. So, example, the vendor control DCSDN controller support Neutron API, for example, DCSDN. And another standardized API are needed, but I mean the Neutron API is not enough to our network to operate and more stable. And then because the Neutron API is the very abstracted information, so we don't know some pair is we don't know match which is failure. How can we do? We don't know that. So we need more information from the DCSDN controller. So we have a small vendor-specific API are using that, but not ready. Sometimes some vendors or sometimes are not still they are developing. So we have another option is we directly connected to the device through the netconf. As you know, the netconf YANG is not standardized currently. OpenConfig is standardized, but the vendor is not supported fully. So we are step by step the vendor's proprietary netconf we also use. So there is only not control side. We also get information from the device in our open data platform. Through also we are very interested in the telemetry. So SNMP is not a fast solution. So we want to sometimes operating team need 1 minute or 10 seconds get information from our device. So we want to get more information from the device and more fastly. So we are approaching the three kind of approaching also telco DC. So some problem in the link or service. In the cases we are find is which is direction, which location is not possible. Some fault case we want to identify. Another thing is why you have to do that. And now currently we already commercialize EPC for 5G for 4G LTE, and this year we also commercialized the spine for 4G LTE, and this maybe this month or next month we also deployed already 5G NSA core plus switch, but we have lots of interfaces, S1, S5, or SCGI interface, and then also there is time's up. we also decision not network address translator is still we using the not virtualized just of physical network function. In the case we covered VNF function and physical network function, and we create the root, the SCGI or the 5G. The interface should be the controlled. So we approach is the net mono and our carrier stem platform carry the whole the physical and virtual network function. Thank you. That's it.